Hey guys, thank you for hopping on this video today. We are happy to have you here. We know that your time is important, and so we're going to try to keep this webinar to 30 minutes to keep you engaged and move on. So let us begin with a little bit of an intro about us. So as the slide comes up, you'll see two different pictures. We are your webinar host. I am Amanda, and you'll see Nikki up in the box. She will be chatting with you later on. So I'm a founder of the company called Wonderment. And my goal is to provide people journeys in businesses to increase their health through retreats and training programs. And with Nikki, Nikki is the founder of LYP Marketing, Live Your Purpose Marketing. And her mission is really to help people find and live their purpose in life. So thank you for taking time to chat with us. Let us begin by going on to the next slide. We're going to talk about these things that you see right here. A few minutes about the challenges that you face as a coach. Talking about a new service, which is a white labeled wellness program or a wellness retreat. We'll talk about what is this white labeling? Why do I care? We'll talk about wellness travel, what it is it really that big of a thing, and what are the benefits here? And then we're going to talk about marketing, the challenges around marketing and getting those clients interested and committed to your retreat, and finally, how the whole process begins. So let us begin now with the next slide. As a coach, you're on a mission to help your clients. You're driven to help them attain peak performance, both personally and professionally. Coaching is a really great business to be in, and it does seem that it's quite popular. If you go to any networking events, you're going to see a life coach, a health coach. I even met a resume coach. Lots of competition here. It doesn't mean that there is a plethora of coaches. It just means that it's a great space and an opportunity for you to grow, show yourself, and expand. But it's also challenging to stand out from the crowd here. It takes time to build up brand recognition for your company and to grow that loyal client base. And while there's no promise of anything, of any instant success, you continue to push on because you know that you have something to offer to these clients. So kudos to you. We stand behind you on this mission. So I think that coaches are looking for a unique way to add value, but they want to make some more money. Okay, so the question remains, is there a way to do that? And we say yes. We think there is a service that's really a premium service that will sustain your clients long-term, will really edge your competition, but does something unique. It grows your overall client health and your health at the same time. So that takes us to the next thing. What is this? And it's really a white labeled wellness retreat. Helps you stand out in the crowd. It is unique. It is results driven and an experience for you and your clients. So let us begin by asking this. What is white labeling? You may have heard the term before and you might not know what it means. It's okay, no problem. White labeling, as it shows here, is just the producing of a service or a product under someone else's name. Someone else does all the work to see what t-shirt is best, what bike tire may be best, and then it is rebranded under another company's name. For example, at Target, the brown sugar you buy, the Band-Aids, the socks, all of those things look like they come from Target, but they're actually white labeled from another company. This does create a really unique service being created because it looks as if it's your own product when it's white labeled. It has your name, your logo, your content, your message behind it. And it offers a turnkey solution. So the product or service comes to you all put together, and you are able then to distribute that to your clients without the need and the hassle of creating a workforce to do such. So what are the advantages of white labeling? Well, some of them we've talked about, but here's the big one that you kind of think of. It may take months to create a new service like this. It may take a lot of client work hours or additional time and different content that you haven't done before. So this will save you time. When you work with another company, it has a period of testing out these products. So this time that you save can be used to really direct and grow your business development, client outreach. In addition, it boosts your visibility. As it says here, the reputation and the brand and the visibility is taken to a next level. You're offering a new service that is quite unique, and your business will step up to the next level. This new service is a different vertical space that you haven't been in before, but it does come at a fraction of the cost because you haven't had it to create it. And then finally, you will make money from a white labeled program. When we talk about the white labeling wellness program, we'll talk more in a few minutes about the profits here. All right. So what is this white labeled wellness retreat? We've talked about the components behind white labeling, but a wellness retreat means that when you travel here, it's really with the intent to grow your health, to grow your wellness or well-being. And as the craze of health has been growing across the last decade, it's not really surprising that it's now come into the travel phase. While we search out keto diets and paleo and CBD everything, these same areas grow to your travel because you don't want to come home anymore exhausted, bloated, stressed out, and not ready to tackle your work. You want to come back ready and energized to take on the life. And that's why wellness travel has really been growing in the last several years. So let's talk about what a typical day in a wellness retreat looks like. It's divided into three pieces that you can see here. The first one is healthy adventure. It's moving your body each day in lots of different ways. So not necessarily a yoga retreat, because doing only one aspect of an activity is not really balanced health. But maybe it's yoga, maybe it's hiking, maybe it's biking, maybe it's kayaking, whatever it is. And then you're also eating healthy food that is local and prepared right on the land where you live. In addition, there are many growth opportunities. The other portion that is really essential is because it allows you to take your clients' health and performance to the next level. And this is where you have an opportunity each day. Is it an hour you want to spend working directly with your clients, educating them, or is it 3 hours? All of that is customized based on your needs. And the final portion of the day is that you need some time to relax, to recharge, to do nothing, to get off your phone and talk face to face with people. Wellness travel is the fastest growing segment of global tourism. It accounts for an increase of 130% more than the average traveler may spend. And the person who may be traveling in this manner is typically in the US affluent, educated, a working individual who does crave these experiences that boost their health. And most companies will charge between $550 and $1,200 per day for a wellness travel trip that includes most things except airfare. All right, so the question remains, why should you white label a wellness retreat with another company? Let's talk about the reasons why. The first thing that we've talked about before is white labeling allows you to stand on the shoulders of another company who has created the program, done the hard work for you, and let you know how this process works. It is really a very unique opportunity to spend time directly with your clients, to continue to make an impact with them, to allow them to reach this optimal performance and in a manner that matches your business ideology. So you contribute as much or as little as you want each day. And then certainly with Wonderment, it's important that someone leads you on this journey. So we don't just set up this retreat and say, all right, you're on your own. We actually are there every single step of the way. And so that leaves you with a breath of confidence that someone is there. You don't have to worry about all the aspects. So in the end, you remain stress-free, relaxed, and hopefully present on your retreat. But the reality is that despite you may want to come up with a retreat, most people don't have the workforce to create such an offering. Most people don't have the bandwidth or the desire to search out the best location, to search out the best accommodations, the excursions, the transportation. They don't have a lawyer on staff to create these risk waivers, and they don't have this big lofty general and E&O insurance. We get that. We understand. So it does take a tremendous amount of time. Certainly if you don't spend time in this space, it's going to be a challenge. But that is even more reason why you would like to partner with a company for a white labeling of a retreat, because you can rely on this company to have your back to create the offering while you stay present with your business at hand. So let us watch this video. This woman on the picture, her name is Lucy, and she is a nutrition coach. And she went to Costa Rica with Wonderment at the beginning of the year, and she's going to share her experience.
You know those moments that are just so delicious, you want to put them in a bottle and keep them so that you can sip on it later? That pretty much sums up the entire trip to Costa Rica with Wonderment. Hi, my name's Lucy Hairston. I'm a registered dietitian and co-owner of Well Balanced Nutrition. We recently returned back from a week-long adventure with Wonderment and Amanda in Costa Rica. We had the most amazing experience, and while at times I worried that it wasn't the right investment, it was no time at all before I realized this is exactly what I needed. Time to get into nature, play, relax, and reconnect with my source energy. Amanda really did an amazing job guiding us through wellness activities and keeping us balanced between enjoying some activity as well as relaxation time and checking in with our mental, physical, emotional, and other areas of wellness. I highly recommend taking the opportunity to do your own wellness adventure with Wonderment. And if you have any doubt in your mind, just remember these are experiences you'll never be able to get anywhere else.
All right, so the question remains, how exactly can I make money with a white labeled retreat? Good question. So you make money based off the number of travelers that come. Now there's some things that come into a factor here. The one is the biggest one, the trip costs. What is the housing and the food and the transportation, all of those things, all of these overheads that come there. And the other thing to think about is how many people come on this trip. Usually there's a minimum number of travelers, meaning you have to hit X amount of travelers in order for the trip to be on. And then we set a maximum because we don't want it to be too crowded there. So what you do is a kind of a basic thing of taking the overhead costs minus the income paid, that comes to the net. You're paid on 1099 as a 1099, which is an independent contractor. And I listed an example here with 8 travelers to Costa Rica at $3,000 a retreat, commissions around $3,500. Keep in mind that the retreat should be writable as a business expense. But again, I am no tax accountant, nor will I ever claim to be, so I would guide you towards your expert on this manner. So as we get this, you can create an amazing retreat that's perfect. And you can do all that you think is best to market this. But there comes a point where you may find a challenge with those ads, or you may not get the people that you want. And it's really important that you have really strong marketing efforts here, because people who are these experts will take this information, make beautiful content, and lead you on the journey to get those clients there. And that's where my friend Nikki is going to take over on this portion.
Thank you, Amanda. Oh my gosh, that video is so amazing. I love it so much. Okay, so marketing your event. Why is this important? Well, okay, have you ever been, done something in your marketing efforts as a coach, and you have worked so hard and then no one shows up? Well, that's the same thing with a retreat. The same thing can happen. And when I first talked to Amanda, she said, the most important thing about these retreats is that you fill these seats. And if no one shows, then, people are canceling. So that's where we came together and we said, well, let's solve this for people. Let's make it really easy. And so I want to give you some marketing tips so that you can, you can follow these if you want to do your own marketing. This is like basically marketing 101. Okay, so where do you find clients? Well, your ideal clients, you should know them because you work with them. You're attracting them. A lot of coaches already have, you know, a full system of how they attract clients and who their avatar is. But that's what we're going to do, though. When you market your on your own, you have to go with the low hanging fruit first. And that would be to look at who your email list for one, and to also look at your current and your past clients. You want to work with, you want actually the best people to come with you on your retreat, because you don't want people that you've worked with in the past to come with you and that you just didn't really get along with or jive well with. So you want to make sure that you are kind of handpicking who's going to go, but it's also not the easiest way to go. So you're going to have to kind of look at your email marketing list and really pick out who will be the best to go on the retreat and kind of give them a VIP service through email. I would go through that first, but if no one bites, and that happens a lot, then these steps are extremely important. Okay. So your greatest hurdles, let me tell you, are going to be filling your seats, time and money, and your content. If you're going to attract your clients digitally or using any technology, then hiring a copywriter are going to definitely be necessary, because I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that in a minute, of why content is so important. And as a marketer, you'll know really quickly that if your content is no good, then it's going to be really hard to fill those seats. So how do you create a everlasting retreat that is just going to be just super sparkly and attract the right people? Well, I'm going to talk to you about that. So here we go. Get your pen and paper handy, because I'm going to go through marketing 101. You're going to want to write this down. All right. So for one, know your client. Create an avatar of who you want to go on your trip. Now, this doesn't necessarily need to be the avatar that you work with on a daily basis. This could be entirely somebody different and new, somebody that you haven't worked with before, or if it is somebody that you've already worked with in the past, then you can create them as your perfect avatar to attract more of them. So not all clients are created equal, so you may want to be picky and choosy, like I said before. So how do you create an avatar? All right, this is where your pen and paper get handy. Okay, you want to name your avatar. Okay, what's their name? How old are they? Where do they live? What's their occupation? How much do they make? How many do they have children? And are they married? And what their pain points are. Now, let me hit on this point about children. If they have children, then time could be of essence with them. If they're married, or both, children and married, what is the biggest hurdle that you experience with your clients now? Let me go ask my husband. So you're gonna have the same kind of hurdles and the struggles that you face in your current coaching practice, but we want to make sure that we can leap over those hurdles. And so that's what we're going through right now. So where do your people hang out online? You want to have them online, and you also want to find them locally, which that means that maybe you can go to a local meetup, that you can meet new people and tell them about your exciting retreat. What I would do if I had a meetup is that I would take them through like this funnel, like you would do digitally, but you would actually do a meetup funnel, which means that you would take them through a journey, and then at the end you would say, join me on this retreat, once you get to know them and you kind of handpick who you want to go with you. Okay, so you want to also really focus on pain points here. because people have a lot of problems these days, right? They got a lot of pain and they want to go to a retreat because they know that they can feel better and that you're going to help solve and release that pain for them. So really be focused on solving their problem, focus on the pains. Now you want to focus on the benefits of the trip and the deliverables after you get them hooked. So that means that they have committed to you, they want to go on the trip, they're excited. And that's when you can really go, okay, this is the juicy nuggets. This is like the delicious dessert after that amazing meal that you just gave to them. So the next one is creating a sense of urgency. This is really huge. Next to content, urgency is like, probably number 2 in the scale, in the scope here. You want to allow enough time to go by to where you don't want to allow enough time to go by so where they can back out. So people, naturally get complacent and they love their mundane schedules and routines. So creating a sense of urgency will allow them to not back out. They will feel like they have to go through and follow the momentum. So get creative on this part. Also too, money's going to be a factor. So time and money are going to be your biggest hurdles. And so if you can create a sponsorship opportunity for them or a scholarship to get over that hurdle, get really creative here. That's going to get you to more yeses. Okay. I just want to tell you something, that your time is it's really important. Don't waste your time, because if you don't know how to market your event, don't waste your time on marketing tactics that aren't going to work for you, because you're just going to be expending your energy and that you don't need. Make sure to stay focused on your goal, and you want to fill the seats, but you don't want to be completely stressed out doing it. Stay in your wheelhouse as being an expert in your field. If you're not a marketer and you hate marketing, then it's probably not worth your time to market your event. Let somebody else do that. Also too, this is really important, creating a movement. Because retreats are so awesome and they're really a great way for you to get really close to your clients, creating a movement for them and moving them past their pains and really creating this space for them that is very sacred can really make for an everlasting, unforgettable memory with your retreat. So how do you create a movement if you're focusing on the marketing aspect? It's just, you're going to be, counterintuitive. So let's go to the next slide here. All right. So my company is Live Your Purpose Marketing. So how can LYP, Live Your Purpose, help you market your event to fill the seats? All right. So we talked about how marketing your event and how it can be really tough to fill those seats. And my company is very experienced in doing this, in filling the seats and allowing you to release that stress and just have us take over for you. We know marketing. Let us do it. Or let somebody else who knows how to market your event. Okay, so I want to let you know, I talked to you a little bit about content earlier, and content is king. It is absolutely king. Nothing trumps good content. And you want to create a high converting landing page, number one. And along with good email campaign can really make a difference for filling those seats. Trust me. The other huge component to filling seats is your ad dollars. So make sure you're not, completely spending a lot of money on ads that don't work. Ads do work, but because the social media algorithms, they suppress any campaigns that aren't paid nowadays. And so if you aren't putting ad dollars towards this, then, you know, really no one's going to see it. The only good thing is that you have to have really good content if you're going to even think about going the organic traffic route. So yes, make sure that you have very good content. Okay. So what I know that works every time to filling seats is a couple of things. So one is word of mouth. Nothing is better than the word of mouth. And, you know, advertising just through somebody else who's like, I absolutely love this person. You'll get a great experience. They're warm leads. It works every time. The second one is email marketing. Emailing a warm list converts very nice. A warm list will buy every time. Number 3, video marketing. Now, the thing about video marketing is that you just can't do a YouTube video and think that you're going to convert, because that's cold leads. No one's going to really know you. It's not going to really work. But what does work is that if you have a landing page that you have a video and you're using email marketing and you're using social media, they all really work nicely together. But I'll tell you what, building a high converting landing page takes skill. So hire that person who knows what they're doing. All right, let's go to the next slide. All right, like I said, let someone else handle it. Hiring a marketing agency who's experienced in marketing is a smart choice. Let me tell you, digital marketing is extremely complicated. And if anything that I've said so far really confuses you or you feel overwhelmed, you know, let somebody else handle that. Stay in your wheelhouse. So the digital world is extremely complicated and it's getting more and more complex every day. And if you want to stay, you know, abreast with everybody else, then you really have to let somebody else handle your marketing and just really focus on your movement. So what's the typical cost of marketing? You're probably wondering what that will cost me. Well, it ranges. It's the majority of other marketing companies will charge around $7,000 to $10,000 for an event. But the good thing about Live Your Purpose Marketing is that we work with your budget and we really are there to support you and your mission. Okay. What are the benefits of working with us? Well, we have pretty cool tools that we use, and we can test and analyze and convert your data to ensure that your efforts or our efforts together are working. Because if you're just kind of throwing stuff at the wall and just seeing what sticks, sometimes that doesn't work. So the other thing is that we know marketing. We've been in this business for a long time. I have a whole team behind me that are supporting you as well, and we really want to see your success. So marketing is what we do. The other thing is that we work with you and your budget, and we want to make sure that this is a smooth and seamless process for you, and of course, stress-free. So the less stress, the better, correct?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, so let me just make sure that I'm hitting this point home. Okay, so working with a marketing agency is really the smartest thing you could ever do, because, you know, I have been a coach. I was a coach for 6 years, and I had to learn how to market myself, and it was most agonizing time of my life because I really had to learn how to market. And I really just wanted to coach and hone in on my expertise and stay in my wheelhouse, but I had this other thing called marketing, and I had to market the business, and it took me away from what was important. Now, the good thing is that I learned marketing, and now I do that as a living instead of coaching, because I actually fell in love with marketing over coaching. Who knew? But I guess that was supposed to be my road. Okay, this is Amanda. Take it away.
All right, let's talk about what the process is. If you say, this sounds interesting, I really do want a white label retreat, what do we need to go? How is this proceeding? The first thing is a first initial phone conversation with Nikki and I, so that we learn about you and your business, the background, what your clients are like, what your expectations are for the trip, both financially and on the other development side. But it should be noted that we don't just work with every coach who wants this. It's really through a carefully vetted process that we find coaches who are motivated and experienced, and we take them on with these retreats and these opportunities. So the second thing you see there is research. Once we agree that this seems like a nice fit, we start hitting the ground running. We figure out the locations that are best for you, some of the housing based on your needs. We gather all the relevant information and send that back to you, which leads to the next step, the contract. In the contract, once you review it, you'll see all of the details, the price per person, and we finalize this or seal this with a deposit and a signed agreement, which allows to the creation part. That's where Nikki's team, oh, it slid on us. You know, that's how it goes. The creation side is where we all collaborate on the specifics, the waivers, the marketing, the promotions there. And then the invitation, it's in your hands to start inviting your clients to get them on board. But also at the same time, the marketing's happening on the back end. We collect all of the waivers, the forms that are needed, and the payments, making it easy for you. And then at the last part on the trip, it's time to go. It's time to have fun. You have all the people, everything has been signed up, but because we take you with the trip and we guide you and your clients every step of the way, you're able to be relaxed and really enjoy the experience. So if this still sounds good, and you want to know what's next, what we would say to you is you're going to find a link here. It's to book a time with us. We're going to offer a 30-minute consult so we can talk about the retreats, learn about you and your needs. So look for that. They'll be sent in the email as well. And in the end, we say thank you because we know you could have done something else, something good on Netflix, maybe go watch 4 Weddings and a Funeral. So thank you for the time. Feel free to reach out anytime, and we hope that you feel you've learned a lot on the advantages of white labeling a wellness retreat and the marketing behind it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, you guys. Take care.